Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your man Ronin. You already know the deal. Scan at the rope. Use the code Ronin10. Get access to the A-game lifestyle. It's definitely life-changing, and it's needed in the space. That way, when we talk about fucking the shit out of our purpose, we're all about it 24/7. And this is something I took many takes to do, but I think I'm gonna get it right this time. It's probably the 5th take. This conversation is gonna deal with edgeless oracles. Here's what I mean. You will have a legion of individuals. I'll say, for example, I'll say it. You're talking about Cynthia G, better known as El Scalpo. Shark 7, Debo Cooper, who is that? Cola Booth. A legion of these thought monkeys who will speak on their bullshit rhetoric. Either they're speaking on their divine ignorance, talk about the need to channel their thought chakras, referring men as the bag, looking for some thought insurance due to cover through their years of vaginal malpractice and maintenance. The reason why I came with edgeless oracles, because, well, let's talk about the edgeless part. What do their rhetoric and often their hair pieces have in common? They're not rooted in anything constructive for growth nor vitality. Everything they speak on is on a feeling or entitlement or just outright stupidity. And they have a very fucked up view of men. I want to say maybe 20% rightfully so, and 80% who gives a shit. There are individuals who feel that they have their versions of the rules to where they can lead women astray with stupid shit in hopes to ensnare a stupid ass dude or an individual with a promiscuous wallet into their clutches. That way they have a sense of stolen security and whatnot. But these edgeless oracles do serve a purpose. They are the lighthouses to losers, where your femininity is fermented, and usually with wine, you know, it gets better with time. Not with these hoes. A lot of them don't know how to treat themselves, much less men that they're interested to. They figure that all they need is their vanity, and some are facially challenged. Some get into these movements about being a snack supremacist, to where they try to shame you in dealing with a chick who's obese, or, you know, when you talk to her, she makes you squint hard and wonder why'd you bring her outside in the first place. They never speak anything solid into women. They like to play to women's emotions. Nothing constructive. Otherwise, they run the risk of being called pick-me's and black male identified, especially, or all other demeaning things to shame them into remaining in the abyss. I mean, when you think about it, these edgeless oracles, they do have the gift of prophesizing failure for their contemporaries. You notice that, you know, they're professional cat herders. Their sex toys have a restraining order on them. You know, just they're outright hard to be around with. What these edgeless oracles fail to realize is that their personal market value, their belonging market value, you know, and all the other values that could make them potential women of interest and worth, all they are just like in some cases beautiful bandos. aside from the mud ducks, you know, who just will settle for anything or even have the audacity to be arrogant, these edgeless oracles, they're not about the right. And you can tell because if you look at their little bullshit backstory, you see how they're really living. Take El Scalpo for instance. This individual who like to say black men are dominated. And here you are, you're spawning roaches with a dude who more likely to sleep under your car for warmth. These are the kind of chicks that, you know, talking about they're getting the bag and their house is inundated with McDonald's drink cup holders, milk crate furniture, rent-a-center furniture that's been overdue. They've been running from state to state stealing that shit. She sleeps on a pallet with a stain in the middle. They have questionable marking in their underwear. You know, they'll take a wet wipe and then hope a spritz of Febreze will kill the smell and the regret from their latest conquest or failure. And some of them aren't, you know, some of them might not be sexual promiscuous because a lot of guys have dignity. You know, they'll take anything they can. You know, these are chicks that ain't got nothing going on for themselves. And they believe they're entitled to the greatest things in life when really they don't facilitate 1/100th of the demands that they're putting on men. Their standards are lofty. Their hygiene is questionable. Their thought process is scatterbrained at best. They're a whole walking clusterfuck. See, with these edgeless oracles, they do have orbiters, but men with principles and purpose put a premium on their time and won't even give them a second look. Like, even if they might be easy on the eyes, they already know it's hell on that highway. Besides as many condoms and broken dreams between their legs, so what's the point? A lot of these edgeless oracles, they tend to hide behind avatars too. Some you can see, some are easy in their eyes, and some, you know, look like locked characters from NBA Jam. And enough maggles and simps, you know, I guess subscribe to them, they'll actually reveal themselves, or they'll be on platforms where they'll basically monetize thirsty attention. Dudes who are devoid of any personal value. But again, their propaganda may be harmful, and it is in many cases, but not on any level can you take these hoes seriously. These are chicks that like to get out here and challenge logical talking points with their feelings, and that's like getting a baby to basically push a boulder uphill. So again, it's tragic comedy, but when it comes to these old chuckleheads, you can laugh at them much to your amusement, but then keep it pushing. I even remember working at FedEx, and there was this guy who had one shoe taller than the other. Don't ask me why, but he was easily irritable. So the easiest thing to do was load a trailer, but for some reason he stepped on the rollers, lost his balance, and he got upset and threw the box, and when he threw the box, he slipped on the rollers again. And I watched this shit happen for 2 minutes. First I laughed, then I just shook my head like, you know what, this is some sad shit, and I kept it moving. It's the same thing you gotta do with these edgeless oracles. They're not talking about shit worth a damn. They haven't helped themselves, and yeah, they might get the bag or money, but these hoes are outright miserable. Sometimes they walk around, and those are the type of chicks that, you know, out of courtesy, they should bring tartar sauce when they go into the women's bathroom, because they do leave a tangy smell in there. Everywhere they sit, you notice there's a discoloration there, mainly because of that acidic box that's burping up toxic fumes and vomit. These edgeless oracles, you know, when they come with the standards of what they need in a guy, you know, he's got to learn how to dance and all kind of superficial shit, and like, I wouldn't fuck you to fix my credit score. That's how bad it is, fellas. But it is good to have them in these surrounding spaces because they help reveal who has a lot of work to do. And on the other token, they reveal how far you've come. Because no matter what they say, they will still lurk around and look for you to say something to mention them. I'm only mentioning these Edgeless oracles to give you context of what we're dealing with. So I want to say to the guys who are young at heart, and the youth especially, look at her body of work. Don't look at her body like that, because some are very appealing visually, but when she speaks, you might as well get more information from either snow from the TV or a flushing toilet, because at least with the toilet it'll produce more productive shit. So with that, I want to send a shout out to the masculine mercenaries, Madam Mercenaries, Black Men Vent, 5150 Nation, Platinum Queens West, Why You Mad Son Radio, and the A Game family. Oh, and you ladies that, you know, are going to have something to say about this commentary, please do leave it in the comment section, or do what you usually do. Wait to sit there in the safety of your videos and speak bullshit. But do understand, even your pillows tired of you. Your pillows are getting tired of, you know, you squeezing them between your legs and they start looking like burnt oven mitts. I want you to marinate on that. It's not bullying, but, you know, all that bullshit rhetoric is, especially to the eyes, ears, and intelligence of others who are right-minded. So for all you wilted wombs, fix yourselves. You don't have to be a loser all your life. And with that, fellas, never allow your comfort zone to become your coffin. It always takes a pussy to expose and control one. And to all you Edgeless oracles, it would help if you washed it. Peace.